it that you detectives always try to escape as soon as you wake up? No, seriously, I'm curious. You see, nearly every other person that I bring here starts with trying to escape, trying to figure out what happened to them once they wake up and see their situation. But you, you detectives jump straight into the struggling every single time. Not in the chatting mood, huh? Well, I guess it doesn't matter anyway. The only thing that matters to me is that you are not going to get out of these chains until I unlock them, which I will soon enough, but not before I explain what is going to happen next. Don't interrupt me, detective. I do not appreciate it, and I would highly recommend not upsetting me while you are still restrained. It could lead to a rather unfortunate result for you. I trust you can understand my meaning. Wonderful. Then let's just get back to my explanation. As you can see through that small window over there, the sun is setting. I'm going to let you out of those chains as soon as it fully sets, and if you manage to make it until it begins to rise again, then I'll do two things. Detective, I will not ask you again. Do not interrupt. I hope that your silence means you are ready for me to continue, so I will. The first thing I will do if you make it until sunrise is that I will stop hunting you. And the second thing that I will do is surrender myself to you with a full confession of every crime I have ever committed. Always the shocked expression when I get to that part. I'm not lying. Simply make it until sunrise and you get me willingly in cups. Of course, I don't plan on simply letting you wander around my home. As I mentioned before, I will be hunting you with every intention of killing you and adding you to my collection. Oh, so predictable. Yeah, I'm sure you could simply attack me once I release you, but that would be a bad idea, as I have a knife and you don't. If my research is up to my usual quality, then you have been hunting me for the last 3 months. In that time, have you ever wondered what happened to the last detective that was trying to catch me? How about the one before them, or how about every other detective going back to the first that started looking for me, close to a decade ago now? I let the first keep searching for nearly 6 years before I made my move. It was less, it was much less fun by that point, of course, as they had gotten older, slower, and less of a threat. I was never to this kind of thing, you see. I did not quite have the taste for it, and that I do now, and was for and was far too focused on the perfect timing, the perfect kill. Now that I'm older and much more experienced, I simply wait for an opportunity that I see working and simply pounce. You really should have changed your routine now and again, by the way. This might have been harder to set up if you had. And there it is. The real the realization that your usual tactic of brute force and intimidation won't work. I'm more than capable of handling you in a fight, detective, and I'm more than willing to show you. In fact, it is why I like to hunt your colleagues. You fight more often than not. Just remember that if you decide to give it a try anyway. Oh, and by the way, detective, not one of them managed to make it past the 3 hour mark. Just something to think about while I unlock you. Time to run. Time to run or fight, detective. You only get a 3 minute head start after all. Oh, I know that look in your eyes. You're still trying to decide which way to run, aren't you? Away and hide with the possible chance of freedom in a few hours, or at me and attack with the possibility of freedom within a few minutes. Well, detective, make your move. Which choice do you think gives you the better odds? Good choice, detective. I will be seeing you very soon. I used to think that detectives would be harder to hunt because they would be good at covering their tracks, but I quickly found that they always forget that they leave tracks and actually often leaves more than regular person does. Ah, there you are, detective. Did you truly believe that I would have left that window unlocked? Come on now. You must know that I'm not so stupid to have made a mistake like that at this point in my career. Such a shame. This time, it didn't even take me an hour. I had hoped that with your reputation, you would have at least done something that I haven't seen before. Such a shame. That won't work either. I'm afraid the windows are all bulletproof for just this purpose. Let, let's get this over with, shall we? I will try to make it quick for you since you were the first to attempt using the chair to smash the window. So at least you did something new. Oh, don't beg. It's such a repulsive act from someone that really should be above it. Now come here. Time for this to. Time for this hunt to end. Now, that is more like it. Finally, someone who can fight as well as their reputation says that they can. This might actually be fun after all. I must say that was the best fight I have had in a long time. It is a shame this is going to be the end of our time together. But do not worry, detective. I will make sure you barely feel a thing. Hmm? Where where did my oh well didn't see that coming. That is definitely something I haven't felt before. I must admit I don't particularly like it. So what now? Going to take my body and use it to make a career? I thought so. But that won't happen, detective. You have missed something in your rush to end my life that someone in your profession really should not have missed. But I think you will care. I think you will care a lot. Because the thing that you have forgotten is that you're you're very close to me now, and I have more than one knife. Looks like your friend have found you, detective. It's it's a shame that they are going to be just a little too late to help you. Uh, why aren't I? Oh, why aren't I coughing now? Well, unfortunately, you actually missed two things when you stabbed me. The first was that I had a second knife, but the second was this was not the first time that I have been stabbed by one of my victim, and that is why I make sure to wear a stab vest at all time, which means I'm afraid that the knife you were holding never actually punctured my skin. And uh, don't. I will just take this knife away from you. There we go. I'll just throw that over here, out of your reach. I'm sorry, detective, but this was once again partially your fault. for not thinking before you acted, and I could not think of a better way to get you close than to pretend that I was wounded. And as you can obviously tell, it worked exactly as I intended. Now, I should get out of here before your friends decide to ignore any sense of due process and I join you in the afterlife. Goodbye, detective. This truly have been fun. I sure hope that my next victim will be as fun as you have been. The job is done, but the police are already in the building. Get here quickly or you won't get the scoop that you paid for. Not my problem. Someone must have heard something and called them before I had the chance to. Now either get here or don't. It's not my problem. You won't be able to contact me again either way, and if I find any money missing from the account, you won't live long enough to try. They did get a cordon up quickly. Time to play the lost dog angle and see if that can get me through. Excuse me, officer. Have you seen a small black bottle anywhere? Oh, there's something happening in this building. I'm so sorry. I did not realize that I'll make sure to get out of your way so you can do your job. I don't want to get anyone hurt by being underfoot. Oh, yes, of course, officer. The name is Piper. Please let me know if you find her. I'll be over at the bookstore searching for a while. Thank you, such a fine young man. You're a tribute to your department. That works every time without fail, and they wonder why they can never catch me. So predictable. The city's gotten a little too busy. I think it's time to travel to somewhere a little quieter and test my skill against a different kind of prey. I have actually wondered what it would be like to hunt a soldier or maybe a firefighter. This time they are meant to be quite tough. Let's not get ahead of myself. First, I choose my destination and then I choose my prey.
I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side.